Welcome to Anonymous Tarot. I'm Cleo. Today we're exploring the power of the Magician, a card of manifestation and personal empowerment. I'll be drawing this card for our conversation, and Billy, I'd love for you to share your insights with me.
I love the energy of this card. It feels like a call to take control of our own destinies, to harness our inner power and creativity.
In ancient mythology, the magician is often depicted as Hermes Trismegistus, a symbol of wisdom and spiritual alchemy. This card reminds us that our thoughts and intentions have the power to shape our reality.
For me, this card is about tapping into our subconscious mind and accessing the collective unconscious. It's about trusting our instincts and allowing ourselves to be guided by our deepest desires.
The magician is also associated with the concept of as above, so below. This means that the microcosm of our inner world reflects the macrocosm of the universe. By mastering our inner selves, we can create positive change in the world.
I think this card is also a reminder that manifestation is not just about positive thinking, but also about taking action and being willing to take risks. It's about being brave enough to follow our inner light.
In many ancient cultures, the magician is a symbol of the divine spark within. He's often depicted with a staff that serves as a conduit to the divine, representing the power of will and manifestation.
I love how the magician's story is deeply rooted in alchemy, where he's seen as a master of transformation. He's the one who turns base metals into gold, symbolizing the alchemical process of spiritual transmutation.
Yes, the alchemical theme is rich in symbolism here. The magician's ability to shape reality is also tied to the concept of the microcosm and the macrocosm, reflecting the interconnectedness of the universe and our place within it.
I find it fascinating how the magician's image has evolved over time, influencing art and literature. From the Renaissance to modern times, he's remained a powerful symbol of creative potential and personal agency.
Indeed, the magician's influence can be seen in many artistic movements, from the Renaissance to Surrealism. His presence is a reminder that our thoughts and intentions have the power to shape our reality.
The magician's story also speaks to the idea of self-authorship and the responsibility that comes with it. He's the one who claims his power and creates his own reality, a powerful metaphor for our own capacity to shape our lives.
The magician represents the alchemical union of the conscious and subconscious. In dreams, this card can symbolize the manifestation of our deepest desires and hidden potential. It's a call to tap into our inner source of creativity and power.
I like how you tied it to the alchemical process, Cleo. The magician's ability to manifest reality also speaks to the power of our imagination and the subconscious mind. In dreams, this card can also indicate a need to break free from limitations and take risks.
That's a great point, Billy. The magician's energy is all about self-trust and taking responsibility for our own reality. In the dream realm, this card can suggest that we're being called to trust our intuition and inner guidance.
I think that's where the idea of the inner spark comes in. The magician's spark can be fanned into flame through our own efforts and dedication. But in dreams, this card can also indicate a need to let go of ego and allow for a more fluid, intuitive process.
That's a beautiful way to frame it, Billy. The magician's symbolism can be seen as a reminder that our true power lies not in our individual ego, but in our connection to something greater than ourselves.
Exactly, and in the context of dreams, the magician can also represent the guide or mentor who helps us navigate our inner world and tap into our deepest potential.
The magician represents the individual who embodies the power of creation and manifestation. In the ancient Egyptian pantheon, the magician is often depicted as Thoth, the god of wisdom, magic, and writing. This archetype speaks to our inner capacity to shape our reality through intentional action and deliberate choice.
I love how the magician also represents the intersection of opposites. On one hand, we have the physical world and the material realm, but on the other, we have the spiritual and the divine. This card is a reminder that our true power lies in harnessing both aspects of ourselves.
In a way, the magician can be seen as a symbol of the alchemist, someone who takes base metals and turns them into gold. This process of transformation is both a metaphor for personal growth and a reminder that our outer world is a reflection of our inner state.
That's so true, Cleo. When we are able to tap into our inner source of creativity and manifestation, we begin to notice the world around us changing. We start to see patterns and connections that we may have previously overlooked.
The magician also represents the concept of ikigai, the Japanese idea of finding one's purpose or passion in life. When we're aligned with our true purpose, we feel a sense of fulfillment and direction that guides us forward.
For me, the magician is also a reminder that our true power lies in our ability to dream and imagine. It's a call to tap into our subconscious mind and allow ourselves to be guided by our deepest desires and aspirations.
The magician is a card of manifestation and creation, where the individual has the power to shape their reality through their thoughts, intentions, and actions. The magician carries the tools of their craft, which symbolize the individual's inner resources and abilities.
I think what's fascinating about the magician is the idea of the self-made person. They are the ones who create their own reality, who take responsibility for their own success or failure. It's a very empowering message.
Yes, and it's also worth noting that the magician is a card of alchemy, where the base metal of the self is transformed into gold through the process of spiritual growth and self-transmutation. The magician is a master of their own destiny.
I like how you phrase it, my base metal, that's so evocative of the idea of transformation and the alchemical process. It suggests that our true nature is always present, even if it's not yet visible.
Exactly. And the magician's ability to shape reality also speaks to the idea of manifestation, where our thoughts and intentions can bring about tangible results. It's a powerful reminder of our own creative potential.
But what about the aspect of control? The magician is often seen as a symbol of control, of having the power to shape one's own destiny. Does that ever feel like a burden to you, Cleo?
The magician represents the power of manifestation and the connection between the self and the universe. When we're carrying the energy of the magician, we're embracing our ability to shape our reality.
I see this card as a call to embody our inner alchemist, to take the raw materials of our lives and transform them into something beautiful and meaningful.
In many ancient cultures, the magician is associated with the trickster archetype, someone who uses cunning and wit to outsmart the forces of nature.
That's so interesting, Cleo. The magician can also represent a sense of personal responsibility, a recognition that we have the power to create the life we want, but also the risk of taking on that responsibility alone.
I think this is where the ceremonial aspect of the magician comes in, Billy. We're not just talking about individual manifestation, but also the collective manifestation of our community and culture.
Exactly, and I think that's what makes the magician such a powerful card. It's not just about personal power, but about how we use that power to connect with and serve others.
The cards have spoken.
We'll see you at the next draw.